Well, good morning, Nomads. How you guys doing? This is Bruce, aka the Weather Soul, here on the morning drive. It is 50 degrees, raining cats and dogs. Not really cats and dogs. It's actually raining water here in Kilroy, California, on my commute home or on my commute to work. Excuse me, I'm not going home yet. Wish I was going home, but hey. I wanted to say something because we had Jason Stapleton's Discover 2022 this year on Saturday, and it went off great. We had a little bit over 100, maybe 120 people that actually showed up. I mean, to the event. I think we had more than 800 signups, and you always get about 10%, maybe something like that when you put it on an event like this. But anyway, he went forward with the event, and it was fantastic. And he had us work on some worksheets and things that really kind of put everything into perspective. But I wanted to comment on one thing. It's about his list of things that you don't want to do anymore, or you never want to do anymore. And I used to think that I never wanted to work on my car again. I mean, I don't mind working. I love working on hot rods. I love working on my classic truck. Because that's kind of one of my things that I do. But I really never thought about working on my commuter car, the car that I'm in right now. I've got a 2012 RAV4. It's been going strong for about 210,000 miles. And I've always needed some, I do my own filter work and stuff like that, but I never really did the spark plugs. And it was coming up because spark plugs you only have to do every 100,000 miles now, because the technology and the materials that they use are such that they don't use the spark plugs like they used to back, like in my classic hot rod, where you've got to replace the spark plugs every 10,000 miles or so. But I went and I called up my local Toyota house, and they quoted me $300, and I could not even get in until next week. So $300 to do my spark plugs. Well, I went down to my local auto parts store and I searched out the spark plugs I needed, and they were about $8 a piece. So I picked up the spark plugs, which was 4 of them, and I got my manual out that I keep for my car, and I took a look at it, and it looked pretty straightforward. And lo and behold, half hour later, I had 4 brand new spark plugs in my RAV4. Half hour, $300, a half hour, $300. Let's see, 8 times 4 is 32. So $32 in materials, half hour work, $300. Pretty damn good profit margin right there. That's a good margin right there. So, not scratched off of my things that I don't want to do is kind of do the preventive maintenance on my car, because I thought that I'd never wanted to do that again. And believe me, if I could afford it, I would just give it to that Ford, to the Toyota house every time. But I mean, things are such right now that things are inflated, and they've inflated the price of going in and getting a spark plug change, which was probably pennies on the dollar years ago, which is now, my gosh, $300 now, or $300. I mean, they're making a hell of a killing for their, they must have a guy that does that really, really slow or something, because if I'm making, $300 for a half an hour of work, that's $600 an hour. That's incredible. But anyway, one of 2 things happened. They either didn't want my work, or they just were looking at a sucker coming in the door. But anyway, that's my story for the week. This is a Monday. I hope you guys have a great day. If you like some of the content that you hear here, hit that share button, hit that like button, and absolutely subscribe to the Weathered Soul Liberty Network. Me and Dougie are going to come back this week with our end of the year show for the Weathered Soul podcast. And last week's Bruce for Liberty went off great with Ken Madden, and I've got some more stuff in the can. So be tuned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.